Yo, what's going on, guys? Hope everyone's doing great. So we are going to be going over the best loadout in Call of Duty Mobile for shotguns. Other than that, though, we will be going over my settings, HUD layout, and all of that. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like below. In a previous video, I did ask for you guys' opinion on what type of video I should make next, and one of my subscribers did comment below to make this video. So a big shout out to him. I will grab his name so I can put it down in the description below. Other than that, though, guys, if you guys do enjoy these videos and enjoy this type of layout or basically intro, make sure to let me know down below in the comments. Thank you. But to start this off, we are going to be going over the best shotgun in Call of Duty Mobile. I would say that the best Call of Duty Mobile shotgun right now would be the HS-0405, just because it does have 5 extra damage compared to the BY-15. I know many people are saying this is the worst shotgun in the game, but since Season 2, I've been playing with it, and the BY-15 just doesn't compare to the shotgun. It really doesn't, because you hit marker way more often if you're not in the 10 to 15 meter range with the BY-15, when you can actually one-shot someone from like 20 to 22 meters with the HS. So I will be going over my attachments first. My attachments with this shotgun, I also do use laser sight. I know it doesn't do anything effectively on your screen unless you're actually hip firing. You can see the laser. I just use it because why not? I'm not going to use a suppressor. The next attachment would be my long barrel. This is essential in any shotgun build. You want to be able to do as much damage as you can from the longest distance with a shotgun, especially if you're trying to go for those one-shot, one-kills to get the 20% speed boost. Next, I do want to go on to the fast reload. I do suggest using fast reload. That is just my opinion personally. I would much rather be able to reload and get out of a situation to pump 2 shots into my gun, spam my ADS to try to take another shot, compared to just being over there and just slowly putting a bullet in trash. I don't like that. If you guys do not have the good enough movement in order to get out of the way and reload 1 or 2 bullets into your clip in order to finish the fight, then I would recommend using extended mag. But in Call of Duty Mobile, the first to reload usually is the first to lose. Other than that, though, guys, going over my operator skill, I will be using the Annihilator pistol. I use this over everything, really, than the gravity spikes, just because it is our long-range weapon. It does auto-lock, and it can penetrate up to multiple people and through multiple walls. I highly recommend using this. I think it's one of my favorite in the game, other than gravity spikes. So that will be the operator skill I recommend for shotguns, especially since we have close range covered. We definitely need a long range. You can use the War Machine or something like that. I just really think those are very spammy and just, you know, scummy. But that's just my personal opinion. I like to use a combat axe or a trip mine. Trip mines are great because you can actually place them in spots where people can't slide out of them or actually avoid them. But combat axe is my personal favorite just because I like to be able to throw it off and try to get people running through doors in certain angles. You guys can use what you would like, though. For our equipment, I would only recommend using a concussion or the cryo bomb. I really don't recommend smoke because if you do have your graphics low enough, the smoke doesn't register on the game, so they can actually see you through the smoke. So that's really not that effective, seeing how that is a bug that still has not been fixed. I would recommend using the cryo bomb just because it is great for freezing people or at least blocking off a certain area, because most people will not run through the cryo bomb, seeing how it will usually get them caught up and killed. It is great for us also, for us closing their distance, seeing how they get frozen even when they leave the cryo bomb. Next up, I do want to show you guys my perks. So the first perk we do run is lightweight. That is for the extra 10% speed boost on top of the 20% speed boost we will get on kill. But our second perk will always be hardwired until the new perks are introduced in the game. I will be switching hardwired out for the double equipment perk so I can carry 2 combat axes. I just feel like that's going to be way more effective, or even 2 trip mines. That sounds way better. I really did wish there was a perk coming so that we could get double cryo bombs, because that would be even better. But I will be switching eventually, but until then, we will be using hardwired. You can use cold-blooded if you do want to, or ghost if you would like to avoid the RC cars. I feel like the RC cars are way less annoying than trip mines. I'd rather die to an RC car that takes 3 to 4 kills for someone to achieve than just someone being able to spawn a trip mine every single time they get one. Like, that is so annoying, and you get caught up in it so much. Other people can trip you out if you don't have hardwired on, so that's kind of lame. So I definitely recommend keeping this on until then. For the third perk, we're always going to be running Dead Silence. I was running Alert for a while. I possibly might be switching over because I might be throwing on a different perk when the update does come out. But until then, we will be running Dead Silence. This does help you hear other people and conceal your own footsteps. Other than using Alert, Alert does let you hear people that are using Dead Silence, so that does get you caught a lot. But a lot of people don't run Alert. I would recommend using a melee weapon for your secondary. That's personally just me. If you're really good at switching from primary weapons to secondary weapons, you can go ahead and use a pistol. I have a bunch of them that I would actually like to run, like the 0G is the only one I'd actually like to run. But other than that, though, guys, this is the complete setup for my shotguns. So we are going to be going over my sensitivities and all of that. My custom HUD layout. So I actually have everything span around my index fingers and thumbs. I feel like that is the easiest way for me to actually hit everything in gameplay. So my prone button is right underneath my fire button and slide button. I feel like the best way to actually use your HUD layout is when the jump and slide button are opposite sides, not on the same side, seeing how you have to use one finger to actually reach all of them, especially for a 4 HUD layout. It moves just much quicker. Seeing how I can hit all of these from this area, operator skill, buttons right here. Oh, I shouldn't move those around. I do like to put everything down here. I will throw up the opacity to show you guys. I like to keep my score streaks and everything. Weapons, switch weapons. I actually don't use the primary weapon to switch pick up guns. I just like to play with my shotgun. I'm not going to switch to pick up someone else's shotgun. I'm going to play with the one I use in my loadout. But I just think that's the most effective. I do have this settings button, this cog set up and for my own crosshairs, so when I'm hip firing, it does actually keep me or make me more accurate. I highly recommend using this. It is a little bit of a placement. I do have it shown on the screen here so you guys can get a little bit of an easier see. But other than that, I do keep a knife actually up here. I keep the gray knife that you can actually spawn even if you do not have a secondary knife in the top right corner with my actual hip fire button up here, so I can actually just hit someone with the knife if I get too close or I get pinched in reloading situation. It's way faster to hit that button than actually spawn and switch your weapon over. Grenade right next to reload, and I actually do, this is my only aim button. I do not actually have ADS for shotguns on up in the top left. This is a dedicated aim button, and that's how all my clips are actually recorded when I actually aim in. But other than that though, guys, that is that. I would actually like to go over my sensitivities now. So my acceleration value is 280. My sensitivity switch is switch while opening ADS. I don't actually like it to gradually. I like it to move in right as I ADS. My settings are switched. So it actually gives me like better timing and makes me actually focus on that sensitivity aiming down. But my standard sensitivity is at 200. My ADS sensitivity is at 185. My tactical scope sensitivity is 140 and 130 for sniper. I typically don't really use the tactical scope or sniper scope sensitivities. I usually snipe maybe 1 or 2 times here and there a month. Not really effectively though. That's why I keep my ADS and my 200 and my standard at 200, so they're effectively high. The same goes for almost everything. My firing is the same. Even though I don't use gyroscope, I actually dropped it just in case it ever came on, or actually it was on. This is how I've always done. I mess with all of them even if they're not on, just to get them where I wanted them. But like I said here, my ADS and standard sensitivity will be sitting at 200 and 185 each time. Gyroscope is not on, but if you guys do want to use my gyroscope settings, this is what I actually would play with. If you guys see it here, this is what I would be playing with. 165 standard, ADS is 185, tactical scope sensitivity is 140, and my sniper scope sensitivity is 130. And that is actually it, guys. So audio graphics, basics. Ooh, this is one tip I did want to show you guys. So if you didn't know, with the recent update to Call of Duty Mobile in Season 6, it brought along like the new field of vision, if I can find it. Basics right here. So sensitivity for always sprint, actually let's go over this, is 100%. Always sprint is always on. I do have my tap crouch while sprinting. I do want to try hold crouch while sprinting just to see the difference. I haven't though. My ADS is tap to ADS, as you guys can see. I have a fixed R button, quick run from prone, aim assist, fast throw grenade. Oh, I don't have that on. No, that'll just chuck it right as you throw it out. Fixed joystick's not really useful. Hybrid ADS I don't have on. I have tap. But where is it? Gyroscope is off and vertical. Okay, so this is what I want to show you guys. The camera FOV, the FOV range, first person only. If you guys do have this set at 75 still, FOV is actually messed up. It's actually disrupted and it kind of feels as if you can't see everything. So in a recent video of a couple of other YouTubers, I don't remember who actually had posted this first or if it was on Reddit, said that if you drop it to 74, it acts as if it was at 75 from Season 5. So if that's a little tip for you guys to see right there. Other than that though, guys, if you guys do enjoy this type of video, make sure to drop a like below.